Haven't seen us yet. We can run.
Hey! I brought her down. She's mine by right.
Makara.
Mara Namra Benarie Bala. Atashmar Tarost, Asitarala. Juto. Tarala.
Come on!
Jesus.
So, you breathe fire.
Yeah?
That display of fire we just witnessed. You're not a mage, are you, Taj?
No.
Did you expand on your answer at all?
We can talk later. Let me know when you're ready. I'll burn the chains off the dragon.
We may be freeing her, but I expect the Vincimer will be agitated after what she's been through.
Yeah, she's gonna be pissed. Hopefully she just flies off.
As one dragon flew off, now safe to finish its nap, uninterrupted, another was about to wake. Tom poachers carried news of a fire back to their leader. Tosh and the team would soon find themselves being hunted by the Dragon King.
Wonderfully done, Tash. While you played with the big scary dragon, we looted the shiny stuff from her cave. So, Rook, Varric's talked about you. I see he wasn't making shit up this time. They call me Isabella, among other things.
What did you find in the cave?
A lot of dragon shit, gold, some fancy trinkets, and this.
Sup, you there?
Yo,
Travas?
what's up?
Dude, greetings to the 47th President of the United States!
Mm-hmm.
Fuck
We did
yeah!
it, baby.
Fuck yeah, brother!
Yeah.
Honestly, I was hoping those faggots were in here so I could rub it in their face, but sad
I think
day.
they just left.
Oh, they
I
were
was
just
away, but I think they just left.
crying.
No, that like Logan doesn't really give a shit. Sam is probably very upset. We had a little debate last night. Blake is probably a little upset. I mean, at the end of the day, not our country, but yeah,
But
they're
like,
probably pretty
how could
not
they?
happy.
That's the issue with the media, bro. It's just and I'm not trying to be that guy, but the media is just lying to these guys constantly, making them have hope. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
there was no hope from the start. And like I've even read things saying like, oh, it's way closer than we think, blah blah blah. Like, oh, Kamala's like 53%, Trump's only like 46.
All the polls were just complete lies.
Every single poll, dude.
Any legacy media poll was even like
Even
Fox
Fox.
does it too. They
Yeah.
do it the opposite direction.
No, even
And
Fox polls were saying Kamala. It's like a lot. Like
really?
there was a lot of polls just saying Kamala, and it's like insane. You had to go to like scroll down to super independent polls to find anything. And like,
I'm looking at the Associated Press current like election results, and Trump's up by like 5 million in the popular vote. You still need it's not over.
dude, it's over.
Kamala
It's just
could win with
a bunch of
1% chance.
fucking mega retarded liberal states refusing to fucking put their fucking votes in. They're gonna like this is their strategy. It's like, how do we turn this around with blah blah blah. If she gets fucking 46 more seats or whatever the fuck, I don't even know. That's impossible.
Yeah. Like I think she has to win one of which state? She has to win Arizona or something, and then 3 more.
She'll probably win Nevada. Nevada's not in yet, right? Like Nevada.
Nevada's not in. Arizona.
Michigan and Wisconsin.
Michigan's going to Trump. Nevada's going to Trump. Arizona's going to Trump, and Wisconsin is also going to Trump. They're literally all of them that are left.
Dude, all he needs is Alaska. Like literally just Alaska.
Yeah. He's up by 15 points in Alaska.
Yeah, it's
over.
It's over. He already did his victory speech. You hear it yet?
Yeah, I watched that.
Damn, bro. Oh, I'm so happy, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm excited to see what they can do. Like, I'm so happy with what. Like, in 2016, I didn't know anyone that was going with him, and he just, he was great. Like, his policies were great. But this year, going into it, he's got fucking RFK Jr. doing the Make America Healthy thing. He's gonna go after the Food and Drug Administration and, all these other.
Dude, he also said he'd go after Ticketmaster.
Battles against this shit all the time. Yeah, I love RFK Jr. Like, if I was an American and he wasn't illegally pushed out of the Democratic riding, I would have voted for him over Trump. But because they did push him out, he went under Trump, and now he's got him. So
I don't even think they pushed him out. They just said, "Yo, it's Kamala."
Musk is gonna help. No, but this was before he went independent.
Oh shit!
Because the Democratic Party made it legally. They made it so that any person voting for him in the primaries, the vote would go to Biden instead.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Like, what the fuck?
Democrats fucked, dude.
They are fucked. That's why problem is every time I debate any of these guys, which isn't often, but they're just so misinformed. Which they always say about everyone else is like people who vote for Trump are low information voters. It's like, no, it is the exact opposite, my friend.
It's like you gotta look at where you're getting your information from, guys, when you're saying that. Like how could you guys say that when like, oh man, it's like theirs is literally just like, no, he can't win. That's their information. It's like, oh no, he can't win. It's like,
if he wins, we'll have the next Hitler as the president.
Yeah, that's not informationally. That's not voting with wisdom or any knowledge or like researching anything. That's just voting because you're like, oh no, that's impossible. He can't win. It's impossible.
So silly.
Dude.
I just don't know how you can hear that information about what they did to RFK Jr. and still think that the Democrats aren't corrupt. Maybe they understand that they're corrupt to a certain extent. Both parties are, but like that is wild. That's anti-democracy. If people want RFK to be their leader, he's their leader.
Oh, look what they did to fucking what's his face? The Ancient Man in 2016.
Oh yeah,
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders, yeah. Yeah. Fucked him over too. So this is very good. Yeah, I pretty much had it on the whole time that it was going on.
You haven't you like quit Dragon Age?
I'll still play it a little bit every here and there, but yeah, it's a piece of shit.
Really?
Yeah, it's just such a bad game.
Oh man, the combat's so
dialogues are
good.
So bad, and I would say the combat doesn't know what it's doing.
The combat's so good.
How can you say that? What is it? Is it Souls-like? It's definitely not the old Dragonborn or Dragon Age, which whatever. You don't have to be the same combat, but it's not like it's trying to use that a little bit, but it's not. And the combat is just weird, and also it's not hard. Like it is hard. I've died, but like you can fight something that's level 25 when you're level 10, and if you just dodge over and over again and hit it, you'll kill it.
Yeah, but it will just take you an hour.
I like Inquisition, where you know that like that spirit portal, whatever they were called, in the what's it called, the first area.
What are you talking about?
In Inquisition, the first area you go.
Like Hinterlands?
Hinterlands, thank you. You can like run into that one spirit portal, and it's like a higher level than you can be if you were just playing that area, and it just wipes you out.
Or or accidentally running into a dragon.
Yeah, like you're not gonna kill it if you're not high enough level. It's impossible, which I like. That's not in this game. I'm not a fan of the combat. It's still like it's pretty fluid. I enjoy it. I don't despise the combat or anything. But
bro, the combat's the one thing keeping me in right now. Like I'm doing the quest for the fucking super cringe. I don't even know. Are they supposed to be a guy or a girl? I'm not even aware. There's like a girl that identifies as a guy or a guy that identifies as a girl. I don't even know. But I'm doing their quest, and it's just so cringe right off the bat. You're like, "Hey, how you doing?" She's like, "Good," and you're like, so you called for our help, right?" And she's like, "No," and it's just like these one-word replies, and then she jumps into a group with a bunch of Knorr, and she's like, "That's my dragon, you can't kill my dragon." And they're like, "You're a dumb bitch, shut up." And she's just like, "No one tells me what I am," and fucking kills them. And I'm just like, oh, dude, it's so bad. The only redeemer, I don't even know if you want to know, is I don't
really care that much.
Okay, you meet the only hot character from Dragon Age 2 during her questline. You know,
it's a companion?
Isabella, bro.
Isabella.
Remember? Although her titties are way smaller.
From 3?
No, Isabella from 2. The super hot pirate chick.
You run into her, eh?
Mm-hmm. It's like the single redeemer to this fucking retarded ass questline I'm doing.
Oh, it's another thing in the character creation. You can make yourself fat, which is,
whatever,
kind of ridiculous. If you're like, whatever, yeah.
How
you're
much
not gonna be running around
something
doing
like that?
barrel rolls and fighting and whatever.
True.
But you can't just adjust the rest.
Maybe a
Let people make what they want.
But this piece is not for sale.
Positive. What about
The Lords of
women
Fortune
with big tits and a
retrieved
big
it
ass,
at my
Dude,
request.
no titties.
Look, this is Shathan. She's
You can increase butt size. That is true.
This piece predates the Steel Age by centuries.
Oh, I had
An
100%.
earlier attempt at settlement,
If I was playing a female, I'd have the biggest
one
tits.
that
Like,
left
no
no
doubt.
survivors.
I'm sure most people would love that.
Dude, I saw a
You-
cutscene.
Pissing people off.
Used your fire.
I haven't seen it
What?
yet. I haven't got there yet.
No.
Were you seen by the Antam?
Is it the
This-
push-up
You
scene that I've heard
promised
about?
you would
No,
be
no.
careful, Evatosh.
Oh, I can't pause this right
you
now.
need to be away for a while.
This,
It is
Tash's
good you are
mom.
joining
Tash is
Rook's
a
team.
super cringe fan.
I'm what?
Tash's mom is like, I'm at the end of her quest, and Tash's mom is like saying, "You used your fire. How dare you use your fire?" Like basically kind of like they're setting her up to be like the super judgy mom, because there's like other scenes where it's like the mom doesn't accept her sexuality and the choices, stuff like that. But either way, I saw a cutscene where you invite her mom, Is it? I don't know. I don't want to give her the right gender. So should I say his mom? I don't even fucking know. You invite his mom over to your base to have dinner with you and the gang, right? And during the middle of the base, the middle of the conversation, I haven't seen this yet, so I haven't gotten there yet, but I watched it on YouTube already. Tash comes out and they're just like, I'm non-binary, and the mom's like, what does that mean? She's like, I don't choose to identify as a man or a woman. And the mom's just like, oh, we have a word for that in Quinari, it's this. And she's like, how dare you tell me what I am? And it's like,
why? Mom's like, why have that in the dialogue? It's just so weird.
I decided,
like an accepting mom. It's like, oh, we have a word for that. Like, and you can, like, why wouldn't they have a word for that? Like, if you're gonna do this, why would they have the same terminology as us humans in the modern age?
you know, like, oh, there's a word for when a Quinari's born away but doesn't feel like that gender. So they're basically saying, okay, we're open to, like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's like two-spirited Indian people or whatever the fuck, right?
Exactly,
but
yeah.
Then she's like, that's not who don't tell me what I am, blah, blah, blah. But that's the thing, it's not a he or a she, I realize. That was my bad. They're a they. So
they're they.
They're not a girl. They're not a guy. So you can't actually say either.
Just keep the shit out of gaming, you know.
Dude, like, I feel bad playing it still, cause I don't know.
Like,
there are really good parts.
I'll keep playing it, but I don't think I'll finish it. I'm gonna try to, but oof.
Everything with Solus though is amazing. Every Solus scene is great.
I've enjoyed that about Solus, or like that part of the game is the dialogues.
Dude, I have a huge spoiler that I accidentally ran into. Do you want to know? It's like endgame, fucking cry spoiler. No, I don't even think I should tell you that.
No, I don't want to know that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll come to you later when I give up. I'm like, just give me this. But not yet.
But like, you'll love the Necromancer guy. I honestly think you'll like that guy. He's so cool. He's so charming. He's got like the little skeleton servant that brings him tea. He's fucking dope.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. The guy, he's like kind of balding, I think.
Yeah, he's got like, I think he's like gay. Fuck, is he gay? I don't know. No, actually, I think they made it so. Sorry?
If you're a guy character, he will be gay.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
No matter what, doesn't matter what the characters want or think.
Honestly, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I like them doing it that way, but I also hate it because, like, for example, Mass Effect Andromeda, obviously not the best game, but the only hot chick or mildly hot chick is a lesbo. So I was locked out of her because I was a dude. And then I'm just stuck with the ugly bitch. And it's like, fuck, man. But, like, that's the thing, is, like, normally when games do that, it's whatever. Like, with Fallout, any of your companions you can romance, basically. But when this game does it, you realize, you know it's just because they're saying gender or, like, sexuality is fluid. You know? Normally it's like, oh, okay, whatever. At least if I'm playing this, I can fuck this. But now it's just like, this is like a statement from them being like, no, anyone can fuck anyone because, you know, sexuality is like some, I don't know if they should even say that though. It's like counterproductive to their own points. But
what about asexuals? Are they represented? What about asexual?
I wonder.
Asexuality.
I wonder. I think everyone you can't romance is technically asexual, so therefore they're represented. Therefore, any NPC in the game except your companions. Varric must be an asexual.
Also, does he ever come back? He's not a companion, is he? He's kind of like.
I don't think he's a companion. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he lost Bianca. He's useless anyway.
Yeah. I don't even want to like finish this quest. I'm just like on this quest right now, and I just like, oh, I just have to do it. But there's like a choice at some point where basically one of your companions has to die. I won't say much more than that. But just so you know, one of the companions is not Tash. It's like, they specifically kept her out of that quest. And it's like, why? I want Tash to die. It's like, I'm a two-handed warrior. I don't need a second two-handed warrior.
Damn. Yeah, that's That's the Canary, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm
We're looking
bringing,
for a good
I'm
dragon
bringing
hunter.
Laura,
That would be you.
Yeah.
Were you trying to smash Ballara?
Our contact
No, I wanted
here
to
said
die.
you'd agree
Oh yeah,
to
no,
join
you're gonna
us.
want Tash to die
Didn't
instead. Trust me.
Chiffon-
Yeah, but I won't be able
thought
to.
you and your mother
I'll just say
had
this:
agreed
none
on
of the
this.
cringe people
Nope.
can die. It's like
Well,
Well,
you'll
Ballara
work
is
it
the
out.
most cringe
You
so
always
far.
do.
So,
For gold
if
and
she
glory,
can die, then
Tash.
I'm-
You're welcome
just
back
wait.
whenever.
Like I thought the same,
Look, pleasure doing business with you.
and then you get to this quest, and it's just like, oh,
Mother,
this is the cringe.
what did you do?
I thought you would enjoy the chance to work
Hawaii
with Rook's
just went to
team.
Koala.
Do you not wish to stop
What?
these blighted
Hawaii went to
dragons?
Koala.
Of course
Kamala.
I do.
Oh yeah, cool.
I might have decided to join on
That
my
was an
own.
of course.
Maybe after you talked to me.
I talked to you about not using your fire in
But yeah, I don't know. Who cares? I'm gonna play the game for the story.
I
but,
will prepare
being
potions for
a
you to
franchise
take.
that's all about story.
Would you prefer
I guess that doesn't
ginger
matter
or
anymore.
lavender?
No depth to it. Although I've heard that the later game is better.
The what?
The ginger.
I've heard that the later game is
Hassan
better. Like
Vinek.
it's a little bit more
Rook.
open world,
You will keep
And-
her safe.
and apparently the dialogues. And the story.
My issue mainly right now is the Metroidvania of it all, where it's like, get all the powers and go back and revisit everything. I'm like, fuck this! I hate that in games. Like, I don't want to go back to places I've already been 100 times because there's like 10 locked doors every time I go there.
Isn't that the like limbo area you go to?
No, that's kind of like that, but it's like, I'd say more like every single zone is like that. Like every single zone, when you first get there, if you go all explory, you get cut off so many times, and then even the second and the third time, you're still cut off by shit.
Oh
So-
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I've already noticed that.
So this chick's mom, this chick hates her mom, right? So I'm telling her right now that I like her mom. I like her. Here, let's see what she says.
Your mother doesn't mince words. I like that.
Yeah. She's a lot.
Okay, she said she's a lot.
Anyway, welcome to the team. Might not be what you wanted, but we could really use the help.
You can't
I'll
be
get my
mean to your
stuff.
companions. You
That's
know,
the that's
can't-
the
you can't
stupidest.
disagree. You know, like whenever they say anything, even if you do like the
Hey.
stern or whatever
It is.
option, it's
There's
so
been-
soft,
Joining your
and, like,
team.
you can't hurt anyone's
It is
feelings.
what I wanted.
Lame.
Glad to
There's
hear it.
like I actually forgot that there was an option to get a companions to disapprove of something you say, because it hasn't happened in so fucking long. Like, what was it? Also, make sure you're probably not gonna play for a
You
while,
and
but
Tom
whatever.
hate
Make sure
magic.
you do all of
They always
Trevaso
talk about how much
and all of
better people are
Minrathis
than
before
everyone
you
else.
recruit
Now
the
they
Grey Ward.
worship
That's
elven
all I have to
gods
say on
for
that. It
power?
will fuck you over if you don't do all of
Hypocrites.
them.
But it explains why they pushed so hard into
Alright.
Ravane.
With this, Demeter's
know.
Crossing and the
I feel
Blighted
like I haven't gone
Dragons,
anywhere
and everything else
that
we're all
wasn't
dealing
just, like
with,
a linear
feels
line.
like we're at war. A lot of
Inflation,
little
so
wars.
I guess there are those that I went to this one area. I went to do Harding's quest to like use
Didn't
get
take the
federated
gods
power or
long to
whatever.
attract
It's the
support
first place
from all
I've
the
been to
worst
where
people in
there's, I
Thedas.
think, like 2 doors. that
They're
were
offering power to
Yeah, I think the way that works is if you're on a quest, it will block you from doing other
stuff.
stuff. That's
So
just how it
do we
works.
fight back then?
We don't have an army, but we do have allies. Like the Veil Jumpers.
After Demeter's Crossing, it's personal for them.
The Shadow Dragons,
I don't mind
particularly after we
the-
helped save their city.
Mage
debt the
killer
Viper will
guy.
repay soon.
Oh, Davin seems pretty chill.
Also, Lady Morrigan requested a meeting at the Cobbled
And
Swan
he,
in Minrathis.
Could she have found some trace of the gods?
Probably. Morrigan doesn't visit crowded taverns for fun.
The dumb thing about
I also
Davern
heard from
is
Grey
they introduce
Wardens
this
out in the
demon, which is so
Hossberg
cool,
wetlands.
and I
Antoine
have
Evka.
not seen the demon since.
Something strange is happening with the blight
That
there.
first scene,
I bet it involves the
where you get back
gods.
to the base.
Let me talk to them. I thought I would just like walk into him and he's just talking to his demon. Nope.
The First Warden hasn't been thrilled with how I'm carrying out my duties.
So are you a new one, huh?
If we go to the wetlands, I'm hoping the First Warden's safely over in Weishaupt.
Couldn't say. Still, you can't get in any more trouble with the Order than you already are.
I was thinking about popping
Yeah.
in last night, but I'm gonna be taking down Halloween decorations.
Any details on the blight in the wetlands?
No. Do you know how Antoine's normally got nice, neat handwriting?
Yes.
Oh, there's another
Could
gay
barely
thing
read his
is
note.
you have
He's
to
either
bring
excited,
companions with you
scared, or
to
both.
level them up. Leveling up their bond levels up their character.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like it's Nev, I cannot level her up.
You have to take her out.
Yeah, which I always did.
Oh, okay. Then Nev's really dumb the way that she works at first. Like every other companion's kind of like the same formula. You like do their quests, you get 1 or 2 items, you get the level on them, and repeat, and then you do the next quest, same thing, right? Nev is like you do fucking like 4 quests just to get her a full set. It's like, what is this? I even had to buy a piece for her where everyone else just gets theirs on their quest.
Dragon, but the blight spreads rot wherever the gods go.
And no one's better at tracking blight than wardens.
Morrigan and those wardens feel like our best leads on finding the gods.
Are they really gods? Or just ancient mages? It's not clear.
They're gods. In their power and wrath, at least.
Need more labor.
Lucanus,
Chaos Dwarf.
you're back.
I am.
Good to have you back. This is Professor Emmerich Volkarin, our Fade expert, and Tash, our dragon hunter. They joined while you were away.
Hey.
Charmed.
So, like, what level are
Not
you at?
everyone has met.
Probably played more than me.
Level
A
24.
dragon hunter.
Oh, so you get
Treviso
your-
could have
at
used
the-
you.
Like, what did you go
What's
for?
happening there?
I went with Warden.
It's just... people blame you for what happened to Treviso, Rook. But they did not have to make that choice, knowing what the gods are capable of. There was no recall. Still, it changes things. How could it not?
Another thing, I
But
guess.
you're
Like, it doesn't
back
feel
with
like there's
us.
really specialization.
Yes, here to stay.
You're always switching between two-handed and sword and shield whenever you want. Like, there's no, like...
What's another thing too is
All the different trees are probably the fucking same at the end of the day.
with primers and detonators, they're all the fucking same. Like I was like trying to run with Davrin, who's also a warrior for a little bit. Impossible. He doesn't set up with me at all. It's just like, because it's all like Mass Effect primer and detonator, right? Like, which is great. I love the idea. But then they make it so like if you're a warrior and you have another warrior, you're both doing the same primers and you're both doing the same detonators. There's no way around it. So like you can't play off each other. You have to have a mage and a rogue for like triple fucking combination primer shit going on. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was like trying to relevel my warrior different ways to like make myself work with other guys, and it's just, it doesn't work.
Wait, can you like,
Given how
you can
things
triple
have
combo?
gone, I wouldn't blame you for staying.
No, it's not
away.
triple. I shouldn't have worded it like
Like
that.
one
But like,
setup and then...
We can't do
yeah,
this
where all
without
3 of you are able to get
After what
all your
they
abilities on
did to
cooldown
Treviso,
with triggers, right?
I want these gods to
Yeah,
fall.
but you could,
I don't see anyone
you could
else
still
with a
have your
better
companions
chance than you.
detonate each other, right?
My blade's yours.
Yeah, your companions will detonate with each other, but if you wanted to get the
Right.
third person, which is you in
Let's
there,
follow up on some leads.
you have to make sure
I'll
that
let
they
Lady
work
Morgan
together,
know
right?
we're
Like
ready
if
to
I had
meet.
Davern, I could
I'll
have
send word to
a
Antoine.
mage, and
They're
then
holed
they
up at a
have
town
one
called
ability each that will
Lavendale.
work with each other.
Everyone else
But if
should
I have a
rest up.
mage, a
Be
rogue,
ready
and
to move
myself,
when I call.
then like they can, all 3 of us have a primer and detonator that work with each other, right? Like where we're just
Never
like
easy,
combos
is it,
constantly.
kid?
What do you mean?
Okay.
Making the
So you can,
big
like, have-
choices.
You set
And
up
living with the
one guy,
consequences.
detonate, then the other person sets you up, you detonate, shit like that.
Yeah, and then the other person will detonate the other person. It's just, it's actually really fun. Like that's the main thing where you were saying the combat wasn't good. I was gonna bring up. I think it's like, it's Mass Effect Dark Souls. Like that's the best way to word it. Where it has primer detonators and then it has like Dark Souls kind of, not really even Dark Souls, but like their own spin on Dark Souls. Like combat. But one thing, another, this is a funny thing, is like there's a big decision basically where you have to choose between Lucanus and Nev, and if you go Nev's way, no, if you go Lucanus's way, Nev, wait, no, I'm saying this wrong. If you go Nev's way, Lucanus will not blame you. He's like, dude, that was a tough choice. I understand. Blah blah blah. And like, I actually like Nev the best, so this kind of pissed me off. But if you go Lucanus's way, Nev's like, oh, you're such an asshole. Why would you pick that way? Blah blah blah. To me, that's just like, okay, this is classic women. It's like,
Can't win.
If I don't make the tough decisions, no one else will. So I live with the consequences.
And you don't blame anyone else for them. That's why I recruited you. Anyway, you've got a meeting with Morrigan to attend, and dealing with whatever the Wardens found. All this chatting is taking it out of me.
That's another thing too, is like what happened to Isabella's tits?
Good work.
Like, I know I was wrong
You'll
about
find your
Morgan
way
having
through
big
this.
boobs.
I know
Like, I now that I like went back and like looked her up or whatever, she never had big tits. But Isabella 100% had big titties.
Yeah. Silly. Everyone, pretty much everyone in the game has the exact same body, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Like they don't even. Is there even a fat person that you meet?
I haven't met the fat person yet, and that's the funniest thing. It's like, okay, so inclusivity, but there's no fat people in the game.
Yeah, even like Morrigan, she's just not her in this game.
No, yeah.
She's like, why are you so nice? Why are you helping? You should be like self-preserving and shit. But I guess she's, you know, doesn't want the world to end, so she can keep doing her shenanigans. But maybe I'm being unfair. I don't know.
No, I'm like enjoying this game less the more I play. Like, also the fact that I just like finding out that like I can't where am I going? Like finding out that I can't like even mix up my abilities, where I'm just stuck with like the same primers and detonators. Like if you look at all three of the specialization trees, their like main ability, like they start you off with the ultimate first, right? But then the main ability you get right after that one is they're all applied weakened. Or no, is it applied weakened? Detonate weakened. They're all detonate weakened. And it's like, so even if I'm a Reaper, an Inquisitor, or a two-hander boy, or a Slayer, I still can only detonate weaken. It's like, what? I should be able to mix that up way more. I really want to get to the quest where you do the push-ups if you misgender. Just to see if I can be like, okay, her, okay, him, okay, guy, okay, girl. I wonder if that's like an option to just constantly misgender and do like 1,000 push-ups.
Is that what that scene's about?
Yeah,
I was told that I need to look up that scene, or like get to that point.
Yeah, basically that's the scene, is that anytime you misgender, you have to do like a certain amount of push-ups. And that's why I think Bolara, no, someone has to do a ton of fucking push-ups, because they keep misgendering.
Oh my god. So, is this like a who's the one being all
The view of the Fade here is
social
marvelous.
justice warrior?
I can't
Oh,
believe
it's
this
totally
one wasn't taken.
Who's making you do the tab
what's
or
her face?
whatever?
Tash.
Ugh. I'm gonna throw up.
You know the director for this game is a trans woman?
Oh really?
You didn't know that, did you?
I mean, I could have guessed.
But they're actually kind of hot now, so I guess money is good for trans. I shouldn't even say they're kind of hot. That's disgusting. But like, if you look at, they were a really ugly dude, and now they're like a not too bad chick. They're like a 6 for a girl, when they were like a 4 for a guy before. I mean, I only saw the selfie on like Twitter or some
monsters,
shit.
huh? Didn't figure you for an artist.
This? It's by necessity. If you know your enemy, their weak spots, maybe you live another day.
You've got a flair for the dramatic.
Nothing scarier than the real thing.
What would he do with it?
Standard bestiaries are always some mage drawing things they've never seen, taking the piss out of it. They don't understand how when the hunt ends and you come nose to nose with an ogre, someone's going to die. So I'm making the real Monster Hunter manual.
So another thing too is I actually Like, normally I would never do this.
Balmore.
Because normally I want to challenge, but like the scaling in this game is just, it's just gross. So I took my game off of Underdog. Basically, I lost like 9 hours of progress because I made a decision I wasn't okay with. The one that I was telling you about, where make sure you do all of Trevaso and all of Minrathous. So I made a decision I wasn't happy with because I didn't do all of Trevaso before I made this decision. And I had to go back to a save that was like 9 hours earlier. Like of gameplay earlier. So I'm like, fuck, shit. But what I determined, because like I went to like the second easiest difficulty when I did that, because I'm just like, I just gotta rush through the shit and get back to where I was, is the game is way funner when things aren't just fucking damage sponges. Like I know I can beat the game on Nightmare, right? But why would I force myself to play a difficulty that I don't find actually difficult, that I just find like overscaled? Right, like everything takes like 10 times more damage. Everything takes like 20 times more damage. I'm like, this is not fun. This is just stupid.
Do more damage at least, or
they do more damage. They take less damage. They're way tankier. They have way more health. They have everything, and it's just like, I don't know why it takes me 50 fucking hits to kill a mercenary, human mercenary. Like, that's just stupid.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what happened, what game was that? It's probably Dragon Age 1 I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Like, it would just take me like 10 minutes to kill.
You ever
like
met Ludric?
Or whatever.
Well,
because he's been dead 300 years, living off the legend of one fluke arrow.
But that's the other thing too with the other Dragon Age games. You can switch the character you're playing as whenever you want. Like, you don't even have to play your own character.
Yeah.
My reward is showing these idiots how it's done.
But I'm just stuck as my warrior for fucking
all the characters
50 hours.
Are the fucking same. All the characters are the exact fucking same. You just choose what you want to level up. Choose the ability that they have to help you with. It's fucking lame.
Sounds like a fun read. I'm in.
You have to buy it first.
Where's the Gloom Howler?
Can't carve it till I know what it is. You want a piece of the Howler, boy?
Is he ready?
Was I ready the first time I fought a Hurlock?
Well, you're still alive.
I got my ass handed to me. Broke 4 ribs and cracked my jaw. Then I got back up and drove a blade through its skull. In this line of work, Asan and I are only as strong as the quarry we hunt.
Makes sense. You'll learn to fight by fighting.
I don't know another way. Out there in the world, you sink or swim.
Can a half-lion half-eagle?
Don't know.
Trump needs to open a game studio.
Which half was that?
Needs to save
Search
everything.
Me. Both halves share the same stomach.
Right. See you around.
You know what? And like, I hate to say this. The thing that made this, the made game studios this way, was, I'm gonna say sexist Brendan again, was the encouragement to recruit more women. Like is it DEC or gender, whatever the fuck?
DEI.
What? Yeah, DEI, diversity, inclusion, whatever the fuck. That is what caused game studios to become so shit.
Of course.
Because like, there was this girl that I went to school with. She was pretty hot. She got a job with Gearbox, like the Gears of War guys. She wasn't even that good at like anything in game design, right? But she got that job because she was a girl. They flew her to London. She's still working on games and shit like that. But Gears of War has been worse than it's ever been. It's like, they're not hiring people for the job. They're hiring people that make them look a certain way. Like, dude, it's gross.
Very, very cringe indeed.
You know, I got let go. I got let go. Sorry.
It's so anti-merit.
Dude, yeah, it's
capitalist.
It's gross. Like, who needs skills anymore when you can just be a girl? Like, and it's so like dismissive for me to say, but it's like, why wouldn't I be at that point by now?
You should reapply at BioWare and change your identity.
Dude, I literally thought that to myself, where it's like, I should apply to BioWare as a trans woman.
Especially BioWare, they'd probably do it.
And because if I don't get hired, then I can just be like, I can make a Twitter post saying that they didn't hire me because I'm a trans woman. Oh man.
Offer dweller.
Also, is your game crashing a lot? I've crashed like 5 times.
No, I haven't crashed at all yet, I don't think.
Seems I need to upgrade my PC.
Yeah, he might be there.
Although I have like a shit ton of shit downloaded, my hard drive is like at capacity. That might be not helping.
You know what? A funny meme I saw is, what's his name? The guy from Dragon Age 1, Sten? Yeah, the Quinard, right? He says a line like, "Why would a woman want to be a man?" It's like.
Does he really?
Yes. Because I think if you're playing like a female character, he'll say like, he'll be kind of sexist because fucking Stan's a chat, and then you'll say like, I can do whatever a man can do. I can fight as good as a man. And he's like, well, why would a woman want to be a man or something like that? And it's like, damn man, what happened? Honestly, like. They can do their stupid gender identity politics, all this fucking retarded shit, but like, I would just ask for one character to be like Sten, right? Like just one guy that like, maybe like left players would look at like, this guy's a bigot, blah blah blah, I'll never have him in his party. But you gotta counteract the retardedness, right? Like if you got this retarded transgender, have a retarded super fucking America gun-ho guy, right? Like, the balance, bro. Like, if you have this guy in your party when you recruit Tash, you should be like, so you don't have a gender? It should be like, I don't need one. I'm whoever I think want to be. And he's like, well, that's retarded. Like, that's what they need. And then it's up to me as the player to decide who I want to have in my party based on that conversation or whatever the fuck.
Exactly.
Because I will never have Tash in my party. Like, beyond the point that she's also a warrior, and warriors can't combo with each other. Like, I'll never have her in my party. Actually, I'm at a point where it's like, after recruiting Tash, it's like I almost don't want to play now. Because I'm just like, oh, there's just such a cringe anti-audience quest. Like, they don't know their audience at all. That's why everyone was so fucking crazy for Space Marines too.
The thing is, they can't not know. Like it's just been so long of people having issues with games doing that. I can't believe that they don't know. They must like they'll be doing it and like I don't know, HR reps or something just forcing them to, or I don't know, like or a hatred for the people that are like that.
Well, I think it's as simple as like, imagine you're the director of BioWare and you say like, no, that's for I don't want that. That's gay. You'll get fired. Like, you can't speak up. And then like people on the left will say, like if you say I don't want politics in my game, they'll say, well, every game ever has politics. Well, it's like, yeah, I don't mean it like that. I mean identity politics. I mean like the retarded shit.
Identity politics in our game, yeah.
Like Final Fantasy VII is a walking and rolling demonstration of politics. Like that game is just like, yo, we're killing the planet. Let's stop killing the planet. And it's like, Nah,
Which one?
I don't want to stop killing the planet.
What game?
Like Final Fantasy VII, people be like, oh well, you know, Final Fantasy VII was all about politics, and it's like, it's like, it's not the same, and it's not even identity politics. It's like, the game, technically, you could say the game is about killing the planet and shit like that, which is like global warming or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's not even global warming, but it's like how humans are like raping and pillaging the earth to create all these things and blah blah blah, for energy and stuff. It's like, yeah, but Cloud was never a champion of any politics. None of your companions are ever a champion. Like, Barret is like a super eco warrior terrorist, which is like, okay, yeah, he's kind of like a champion of that shit, but he doesn't like shove it down your throat constantly. I don't know, man. Do you know I got let go from my job?
Oh damn.
Yeah, I got let go without cause.
What? Do you have an idea of why?
I have an idea of why. And it falls into kind of our conversation, where like this one girl, she was saw attendant, I'm like the supervisor, and like me and her used to be pretty close, like kind of good friends, and we would like go and hang out and shit. Girl's a hoe. Like she fucked at least, like if you were a security still, you would have fucked her by now. Like she's fucked at least 5 different security guards. She's a hoe. She's like, she talks like, she had a conversation with me one time about like how her and her ex-boyfriend got back together and like it was like really crazy sex, and like she told him to like spit in her mouth and shit like that, right? She said that I'm 90% sure she said that I sexually harassed her. And like, I guess there's 2 things that I've heard rumor wise, is that she said that I asked her to back her ass up on me, like on the floor, and that another thing she said this like a SWAT attendant, is that I was trying to sniff her armpits. It's like, bro,
What?
bitch had a nice ass, so like the back her ass up, fine. You know what? I didn't say it, but like, okay, fine. I can go with that. But I'm not an armpit sniffer. It's like, and then she like went to HR or something like that, and they just got to the point where like she's such an attention whore that like I had a conversation with my boss when she first said that I said that I wanted her to back her ass up on me, and he's like, "Did you say that?" I'm like, "No," and he's like, "Okay, I believe you." Blah blah. And then she got really mad. She's like, "My boss doesn't even believe me that I was sexually harassed." She was like saying it on the floor and shit like that. And like at that point, I should have gone to HR. I should have just said, "Fuck it." Like, this girl's trying to spread rumors about me. This girl's trying to do this. I need to go to HR, and I didn't, because I'm just like, okay, this will blow over. My boss has my side. Blah blah blah. But then, like it became a thing where like it was super awkward to like be on the floor with her at the same time. Like she has epilepsy, but not normal epilepsy, not light-based epilepsy. It's emotional-based epilepsy, which I didn't even fucking know was a thing. I guess that's a thing, by the way. You might know more than that than me. But so she's only allowed to work in the book. So she gets like only book shifts. But like one of the jobs of the supervisor is they have to check the book like 2 to 3 times a shift. And they have to be in there with the book worker, and then like go through the PTRs and like all the jackpots and shit like that, right? So every time I'm in there, she's always trying to like buddy up with me again. It's like trying to like talk like we're still best friends, even though I know that she reported me for sexual harassment. And she's even told me that she reported me for that. She's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, just so you know, I was talking because I got her in trouble. I got her in trouble because like she was like trying to undermine me and like contact surveillance about a situation I already had handled. And I'm just like, just so you know, I am more than capable of dealing with those situations myself. I don't need you to step in." And then I fucked up here, and I told her that she was being very controlling, like, which, like, I realized, like, if I said that to 9 out of 10 of the other workers, they would, like, kind of just take it as a hit and be like, yeah, you know what, maybe I was, or they'll just be like, okay, well, fuck you, or whatever, right? She decides to, like, make a big deal about that, and, like, right when I said that to her, I went straight to my manager and was just like, hey, I just fucked up, I told Anna she was being controlling, blah, blah, blah. Like, I got myself ahead of it, like, I ratted myself out before she even had a chance to tell anyone, because I'm just like, okay, I know this is going to fucking turn around. This bitch is crazy. So, because I did that, my manager went and spoke with her, and like she's like, oh my god, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. So the next day, now I'm a sexual harasser telling her to back my ass up on me, and then she tells me like a few days later, she's like, you don't have to be so weird, okay? Like, yeah, I went to Elena to like say that my manager is Elena. She's like, yeah, I went to Elena to talk about that situation, and then like I said, like, well, she kind of like forced me to say that like you were sexually harassing me because she's like, but like obviously the conversation was like, oh, there's something I really want to say about Brendan, but I don't want to like get him in trouble or something like that, right? So obviously she like crafted this whole thing where she said that I said this to her, but it was obviously reactive, right? Like I got her in trouble, now she's saying this about me. And then I guess she wasn't happy with the fact that like my boss decided to not do anything about it, so she decided to take it to HR. And HR, they just hear stuff like this, and they're just like, this is me like crafting how the fuck it works in my head, but HR is very like it's controlled by the reserve. HR is like, it's not a normal HR at the River Cree. It's like it's an Enoch HR. Even though most of the people in HR aren't even native, they're controlled by the fucking natives. Because like, I don't know, the whole place is so fucking corrupt and nepotistic. So, because she did that, I think I was good at first, because like my boss was doing like a whole investigation himself, and he like determined that she was just lying. But then she took it to HR. Blah, blah, blah. So, my boss has been stressed out. He's like kind of been mad at me because like he's had to deal with all this shit. Which is kind of unfucking fair for me to, like, someone can just say whatever the fuck they want, and then I just have to suffer the consequences. But then, like, 3 weeks ago, I realized because this chick is only allowed to do book shifts, and because the only shifts we need her for are weekends, that no one can get trained on the book on the weekends. Like, if anyone's suffering and they have to fill in on a Saturday or a Friday shift where it's busy as fuck and they have to do the book, they're all underprepared. So I said to Elena, I'm like, hey, can we try to get Mason some of these book shifts on weekends? I'm like, maybe just move Anna to like the Sundays or Mondays. And she's like, well, no, we can't do that because we only need Anna on weekends because like we have like 12 staff. We can't fit her in when we only have like 5 or 6 because she's also part-time. And so she's part-time, but she gets 3 to 4 shifts a week every time. So what ended up happening is Elena decided, okay, well, we'll just move her to overnights for a couple of weeks. Well, we get Mason in to train for the busy shifts. And so I think she took that because obviously Mason, I talked to Mason about it. Mason probably is like friends with her. And Mason said to her like, oh, Brendan like is the reason why you're not going to be on our shift for a couple of weeks because he wants me to get more training or whatever the fuck. So she took that as like this is all assumptuous, right? Because I don't actually know the truth yet. They fired me without cause. Basically, I think that caused her to go to HR and just make up another thing that I don't even know about. Like, because like I have kept my distance from this girl. I have not tried to be her friend. I have not, even though we used to be friends. Like we've gone to like a Spice Girls show together and shit like that. We used to be friends, but she must have made up some other shit I don't even have an idea about, and I know for a fact that I did not do it all because I've been distant with her. And I think she said like she probably just said everything to them that's ever happened, like the controlling thing, whatever the fuck else she wants to make up at that point. And HR is just a bunch of fat fucking white women who probably hear the word controlling and they think of their fucking husbands who don't fuck them, and they say like, wow, how could she say that to him? How could he say that to her? Blah, blah, blah. Wow, that's fucked up. And so they just send it straight to whatever the fuck. And I just walked into work one day, and they're just like, by the way, we're having to let you go. Blah, blah, blah. Like, they're just like, this is management decision, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
So...
damn.
Yeah, I didn't stand a chance. Like, you can literally just make up whatever you want and get someone fired and you can lose your job. And then I realized like this is the point of unions. Unions will protect you from this shit. I didn't even get sat down. I didn't get talked to by anyone other than my boss asking me about it like 3 or 4 weeks ago. That's the only conversation I've ever had. But then I'm like, if there was a union, they would protect me. You can't be let go without cause at unions. At unions, you have to have a cause. Like, they actually have to put in an effort. Here, it's like they don't even have to try. And it's, I'm like, I'm kind of outraged right now. Like, honestly, I want to get back at this chick somehow, or whatever the fuck I gotta do.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
So now I don't have a job, even
It
though
blows my mind that like you have to have a union in order to